Hello and welcome back. So I've literally not done a YouTube in actually quite a long time, and I'm ready to get back to doing my weekly YouTubes because I needed a break after my operation. Understandably, I was in quite a pickle with the whole lasering off my endo and all that stuff. But I was in a really bad headspace with it all. I felt really anxious, didn't really know what to do and things like that. So I've actually researched so much since then, and I'm so much more calm with myself and at ease, understanding how the body works, how the endo happens, and little bits like that has made me so much more at peace with the fact that I now have it. Or I've always had it and not known it, but it explains a lot and I feel so much better for it. Sorry, I'm actually getting ready for my best friend's birthday. We're all going into London for dinner and I need to be getting ready so we can talk whilst I'm getting ready, because I've not actually had a chance to make a YouTube in ages, or speak to you guys for that matter. So you can get ready with me whilst I am talking. So for instance, this is the cream I put on my face every day because my eczema, my eczema is really bad. Can you see on my eyes at the minute? My eczema here, and getting all little spots and bits and pieces, as you do. But my experience with the coil, I don't know if any of you girls have had the same thing, but it's been fairly positive so far. For the first week, felt quite rough. I say quite rough, felt very rough, but I'm not sure if that's down to the fact, actually I need to put a headband on. I'm not sure if that is down to the fact that I had surgery or whether I think I've lost what I'm looking, oh no, here it is. So I had keyhole, which is the laparoscopy in itself, which is an exploratory surgery, and then on top of it they've put a laser in my tummy. And they've got rid of everything that was causing me the pain, essentially. So my body is still getting used to the fact that that's not there anymore. And I've had a Marina coil put in, which actually is supposed to be really good for period pains for the girls who have endo, or it doesn't even have to be endo, it can be polycystic ovaries and stuff like that. It seemed to be the least what's the word? This is the one that I've had the most positive feedback from other people for. And for me so far, first week felt a little rough. Second week, obviously I felt a little rough again, because not only that, I was getting used to the fact that my belly was bloated, I was still full of carbon dioxide, and that I was getting used to these new hormones that were put in my body, which is the reason I have endometriosis, because I was lacking in progesterone. And on top of that, I had these really weird period pains, but to the point where I thought I was going to be sick. And I thought to myself, well, they weren't period pains at the time. They were really bad pains that I was getting. And I thought it kind of almost felt like what some ladies would describe as a Braxton Hicks contraction. And then when I Googled it, it said that, well, obviously I've never had Braxton Hicks, so I wouldn't know, but this is what I was described to by other girls that had also had the coil, because I messaged one of them and I was like, these pains are horrendous, they're making me feel sick. Do I go back to the hospital? Is there something wrong with me? Has some of my stitches come undone? What could be this excruciating pain? Because this was pain where I couldn't get up off the floor. I was in agonising agony. I was crying, and I was I've never felt anything like this in my entire life. To the point that when the pain had the initial shock of the pain had disappeared, I was then getting really bad dull aches. And for other girls that have also been in my position said that they'd never felt pain like it as well. However, saying that, it disappeared, I felt better. And then a couple of days later, the same thing happened again. And then I was thinking, no, this isn't normal. So I thought to myself, I'm going to go to the hospital tomorrow if the same things keep happening. So anywho, I woke up in the morning and I felt like the weight had been lifted off my shoulders, felt fine, obviously still in pain or whatever, and you know the drill. And then from this, if I'm doing my makeup wrong, please don't come at me, because I'm not a makeup artist and this is how I do it and it suits me, so I'm just gonna keep doing it how I like. But if you've got any tips, that would be amazing. However, back to the story time. So I started becoming, I'd been spotting this whole time, as in, so as soon as I got the coil in, they were like, you will be spotting for a while. So I've been spotting for ages now. It's been probably about a month this week since I had my laparoscopy, and I've been spotting every day since. But it's not been like blood, it's just been like, sorry if there's any guys watching, but it's like, you know, when you're coming off your period, you get that last little bit. It was like that. So I was like, it's not really a big deal, doesn't really matter. And then all of a sudden I started having like proper bleeding, and I was like, okay, this is bad. It was like really, really heavy and really, really strong. But I wasn't getting, my breasts were really, really bad. But I wasn't getting really like, what's the word? I wasn't getting really emotional. I wasn't feeling like, I guess I was emotional in some ways because I was thinking, is this normal? Because I've never had it before. And spoke to a few people I know that have had it before, and they said yes. So it was normal. And the first period, so you have after the coil, is supposed to be quite long and quite heavy. So mine lasted about 8-9 days, and I had a bit of a funny turn at work, went really faint, nearly passed out. And I think it's because I lost so much blood when I was on that I'm now anemic again. So I've been taking some more iron tablets, and I've actually felt so much better for it since. So since then, I have actually been feeling so much better in myself, touch wood, and I've been a lot more positive. Obviously, I get days when I get really anxious, and that's purely down to the fact of all these stories that people keep telling me, and they're like, blah, blah, blah. But I've also had a lot of girls be really like kind. Obviously, every girl is kind, but they tell you stories when you're feeling a certain way, and you think to yourself, I understand you're telling me for a nice reason because you're trying to be really helpful, but at the same time, it makes me worried. And I'm like, oh my God, is this normal? Is it not? So you've always got to take what everyone says with a pinch of salt, because everyone is different, everybody is different, everyone's reactions to certain pills and contraception is different. But this is just solely mine, because I've actually been asked so many questions since talking more openly on my Instagram about my situation. I've had so many more people approach me, asking me for advice, asking me how I knew that I felt like I had endo, etc. One second. Yeah, so they were asking me a lot more about like, how did I know I had it? Or girls were also saying, oh, I've been feeling the same, my doctor's not doing anything about it. My advice is be persistent, because I wasn't persistent for quite a few years, and the pain never went. And then it got to a point where it was like I couldn't ignore it anymore. And that's when I went to the doctor, and I was like, I need your help. And then, yeah, eventually after I made a big enough fuss, that they were like, okay, you actually do need to be seen. And then they sent me through as an emergency, and then it happened. But at the end of the day, you know your body more than anyone. And to be quite honest, if you feel like something's not right, please just keep pushing, because only you know yourself better than anyone. And don't let anyone gaslight you, like I have been for years, thinking that nothing is wrong and that everything's completely normal, when actually you've got benign cysts are growing on your organs that you're not aware of. Obviously not the same as everyone, but definitely is the situation. And I was worried that my scars and stuff would look awful and that I would feel really awful about myself. You can't even see them now. I've got 2 little dots by the sides of my pelvis, and my belly button doesn't look any different to how it did when I first had the operation. So overall, would I have it again if I needed it? Yes. Would I worry? Not at all. Obviously I'd worry in the sense of the outcome, but the procedure and the part of getting over the procedure I wouldn't worry about. The only reason that for me going back to work is more difficult is because I've got a physical job, and I'm not allowed to do any lifting or anything for about 6 to 8 weeks, which for me is hard because it's my job. However, the ladies that I train and the people I work with are really understanding. So I can go in, I just can't really do anything, which is fine, obviously, because it has to be fine. But yeah, you'll be able to get back depending on the situation. So for my laparoscopy, the reason why it's taken me a little longer to get back is because I had to do a lot of lasering in my tummy. However, if it's just a laparoscopy and it's a camera, you could, if you did a desk job, probably go back in like a week, maybe. But for me, mine's a little bit more different because it's obviously a lot more physical. But you know what? I'm recovering well. I'm happy. I love how so many people have been so concerned and so caring, especially all my near... Yeah, sorry, that cut off. My nearest and dear have been wonderful. Everyone's been so understanding and so caring. And you know what? I've never ever spoke to so many girls in my life that have felt the same way that I feel. And I'm so lucky to have sort of connected with these girls over an issue that's not really spoken about that much. So just, you know, keep doing what you're doing. Everyone will listen when they can. And I didn't realise this, but I googled it, and actually the condition of endo is now, it's as common as 1 in 5 women have it or have got it and aren't aware that they've got it. And I didn't realise how common it was. It used to be 1 in 10 before women were actually listened to in the hospitals and things like that. But yeah, it's now 1 in 5, and there's a lot more research out there than we're aware of now. We just need to be able to access it. So I kind of want to make my platform a little bit more about women's health, if I'm being honest, because for me, that's more important than anything. And especially as I do fitness training for a living, I want women to be more in tune with their bodies and understand that actually what you're going through is normal and you shouldn't be made to feel any other way. But yeah, so this is the first time I'm actually going out since my operation properly for a little, so we're going for some food to a nice little Italian, I believe, in London somewhere. Couldn't tell you where the restaurant is because I can't remember, but we're going to a nice little jazzy disco thing afterwards, which will be lovely. I'm not really going to drink a lot, or should I say really drink anything, because I'm not ready to yet. But yeah, I'm back now. I'm going to be making a lot more YouTubes, and I'm thinking of making them a lot more informative around women's health, and obviously as well just to do with me and my daily life and what I get up to as a personal trainer, because I've had a lot of questions about it recently, because I've been interacting with a lot more people. So yeah, even though this has happened, the silver lining is knowing that I'm not alone and that so many girls are also feeling the same way. And you know, if you are feeling that way, you need to speak to your friends, because your friends will actually be very understanding and they will also be there for you. Or you can speak to me, because at the end of the day, we're all in this together and we all love each other and everything will be fine, you know? So it's as common, and also I read, how interesting is this, that endo is actually as common as type 1 diabetes, which I think I actually said in my last video, but I'm just alliterating how common it is. But I'm actually went to watch one of my good friends, he plays rugby, went to watch his rugby game yesterday. They absolutely smashed it and he did amazing as always because he's good at his job. But yeah, so I've been busy, I'm keeping myself amazing. My housemate Gemma is an angel sent from heaven, so she's been looking after me. Just make sure you've got the right people around you, because the right people will understand how you're feeling and not question you and make you feel this big. That big. Right, so I'm going to get back to exercise as soon as I can. I'm hoping I'll get back in the next few months. Well, I say months, in the next 2 weeks maybe. I'm hoping to get back to doing some exercise. I've been able to train women still, but I've only been training girls that are with me on a regular basis, so they actually know what they're kind of doing anyway, and I'm just there to help them correct their form and give them exercises. So if I gave them exercises, they know what the name is of the exercises I'm giving them, and I just teach them the form. I don't actually do it myself, they do it, and then I would just be like, yeah, that's right, that's wrong. And my app has been sent off to, for launch, so I'm just waiting for that to come back, and that should be launched soon. And I will be putting up a lot of stuff on my app for mental well-being for women, and also for understanding how important it is for different bits of health, and if I do research it will be on there and so forth. But yeah, so I thought I'd catch up with you guys, let you know that I will be on YouTube a lot more now, and this is only just like a little catch-up video because I know that I've been a bit lazy with everything, but at the end of the day my mental health comes first and my physical health also comes first. So for me, I've not wanted to be on social media for a while. My Instagram's been pretty plain, my life's been pretty quiet, and I've just been getting back into the swing of everything like I should be. So thanks for being understanding, guys, and yeah, I'm excited to be back, feeling motivated than ever, and I will actually show you my outfit when I'm ready to go, but for now I love you all and I'll show you my outfit in a second. So I'm ready to go out, hair is all done, makeup's on, even though I feel like cameras don't always make you look the best, so this is me. I'm actually now going to get dressed and I'll show you what my outfit looks like on. I've put a bit of weight on, but not surprising obviously, and it's more water weight. I'm not unhappy with how I look, but my scarring, don't know if you can see here, my scarring has for sure just disappeared. Like I can't even see my belly button, it's all gone. So I don't think you can see me very well. This is the outfit, heels. This bodysuit's backless, but I will attach a photo later. There you go, kind of see it. But anyway, have the best weekend, and I promise I'll be posting more regularly. But for now, see you soon.